everybody, welcome back to Dine at Frugal. On today's episode we're making Okonomiyaki. Hopefully I've pronounced that correctly, but it is a Japanese pancake. I wanted to make this. I haven't had one in such a long time. I used to get them frequently when I was at uni and when we used to go to a local shopping centre, and they were super cheap, but I actually had all the ingredients on hand. It's New Year's Eve today and we're not doing anything, so I thought I'd make those for dinner, and they're super cheap. We're trying to clear out our fridge and our pantry after Christmas, so I wanted to bring you along for the ride and show you how I make them. So I've never made these before, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to put the link in the description to where I found the recipe, so you can go over there and have a look, and I'll put any modifications that I've put in there as well. So let's get started. Okay, so in my bowl I have 2 whole eggs, and I'm going to add to that 1.5 cups of water. That seems like a lot of water to me, but let's just go with it. And I'm going to mix that all together. To that I'm going to go ahead and add my flour and also my baking powder. Right, now that I've gone ahead and mixed all of that all together, you'll see that the batter is just about like a pancake or crepe batter. It's about the thickness of heavy cream. And to that I'm going to add some what I call spring onions or green onions. I actually keep them in the freezer. I buy them when they're on sale. I chop them up and keep them in the freezer. That's why mine look a little bit wet, but if you have fresh ones, you just want to chop up 2 stalks. Now I am going to go ahead and add a little bit of salt to this. The recipe doesn't actually call for any salt, but I'm going to go ahead and add about 1 teaspoon of salt. There we go, that's about 1 teaspoon. Okay, then to that we are going to add our cabbage mixture. So the recipe actually calls for just cabbage, but I had a coleslaw mix that has red cabbage, white cabbage, or purple cabbage, and some carrot in there. So I'm just going to use that and go with it. So we're going to add that all in, and I'm going to get myself not a whisk. And I'm going to fold that all in together to get that cabbage all nice and coated with the batter. Really all there is to it when it comes to making the batter. This apparently makes 2 Japanese pancakes or okonomiyaki. So that's what I'm going to make. And really now the only thing for us to do is to go ahead and move over to the stove. Here we are over at the stove. The recipe says to heat the pan over medium-high heat for 5 minutes, so that's what I'm going to do. I've just got a non-stick pan. They recommended a non-stick pan, and I'm just going to let it heat up for the next 5 minutes, and once I've done that I will bring you back. So after 4 minutes I actually think my pan is hot enough. I'm just going to go ahead and add a little bit of vegetable oil. You can use canola oil, so I'm just going to put in a little bit of vegetable oil just to make sure that it doesn't stick. And then what I'm going to do is pour in half of my batter. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on the lid and I'm going to allow this to cook for 5 minutes. So I'm going to put my timer back on to make sure that I don't miss it. And just so you know, this smells really good too. I'm going to be a little bit naughty and I'm going to check it just to make sure that it's not burning. No, all good. Alright, it's flippy time. Okay, so we we have a little bit more color than what I thought, so maybe 4 minutes is just enough. So we're gonna continue to cook this for 4 minutes on this side, and then that's it. And we'll put our second one on, and I'm gonna cook that a little bit less. So here we have our last one, or our second one, and I'm about to do the flippy flip on this one as well. There we go, 5 more minutes. Okay, to start, we're gonna go ahead and make our sauce, or accompanying sauce, that we're gonna put on our okonomiyaki. Hopefully I've pronounced that correctly. So I'm starting off with some tomato ketchup, some soy sauce, and some Worcestershire sauce. So I'm just gonna add these three together, and that's all there is to it. I'm just going to go ahead and take a quick taste now that I have mixed that all together, and we'll see what it tastes like. That tastes pretty good. It's peppery from the Worcestershire sauce, it's sweet from the ketchup. I think it'll really go really well with the richness of not only the mayo that we're going to serve with it, but also the cabbage. So yeah, that tastes pretty good. Okay, we'll come back and we'll start making the actual okonomiyaki itself, or the Japanese pancake. Oh, what? Was I not filming? And of course, I forgot to turn on the camera, so what I've done is gone ahead and squeezed on some of our okonomiyaki sauce that I made up using ketchup, Worcestershire sauce, and soy sauce. And I'll cut to that now so you can see how I made it. Okay, to start, we're gonna go ahead and make our sauce, or accompanying sauce, that we're gonna put on our okonomiyaki. Hopefully I've pronounced that correctly. So I'm starting off with some tomato ketchup, some soy sauce, and some Worcestershire sauce. So I'm just gonna add these three together, and that's all there is to it. I'm just going to go ahead and take a quick taste now that I have mixed that all together, and we'll see what it tastes like. That tastes pretty good. It's peppery from the Worcestershire sauce, it's sweet from the ketchup. I think it'll really go really well with the richness of not only the mayo that we're going to serve with it, but also the cabbage. And then I've also squirted on some Kewpie mayo, as much as you want, or as much or as little as you want. So that is our okonomiyaki Japanese pancake. This is the first time I made it. It looks really great. What I'm going to do now is cut into this and see what it looks like. So there we go, that's what it looks like on the inside. The one thing that I will say is these are humongous. When I make these again next time, I actually think I would make smaller pancakes, about 1 cup in size. These are just huge. Thank you so much again for watching. I hope you like this recipe. I hope you go ahead and try it for yourself. If you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Give us a big thumbs up. I'm gonna hopefully be putting up more and more recipes in the new year, and I will see you next time on Dine at Frugal. Have a great night, guys. Bye.